Hello Excel Basic students, and let's get something fixed up here on Module 3 in the review. The file name is soybean crop, and the sheet we're working on is the growth sheet. Now many of you have struggled with the GDD formula, and then everything after that goes wonky. So the GDD formula in column G is calculating the growing degree day, and we need to use the minimum and the maximum formula, and we need to divide by 2 and then subtract the base temperature in order to get this figured out. So it's not super simple. Don't feel bad if you didn't get that right. Here's how you can fix it up. So you can see I've got my worksheet I just cleared those things out so I could show you how to make these 3 columns. So for the growing degree day, we're going to start with an equal sign, and I'm going to tell you to put in a parenthesis first, even though that's not normal with a function, but it's because we're combining a couple of functions. So start with an equal sign and open parentheses and then max, and then open your parentheses again. So we're going to find first the highest minimum temperature. So we want the max of E5, and then separate that with a comma. We want the higher number between E5 and M8, which is the minimum temperature over here in the temperature range. And the M8 needs to be absolute because we're going to copy this formula down and we need M8 to stay the same. So we're going to put dollar signs around M8. The quick way to do that is by pressing the F4 key, and we'll put the dollar signs around both of those. Okay, and then we need to close that parenthesis, and then we're going to add to the highest low temperature so a plus sign, and then min, we're going to find the lowest high temperature, so min, and then open your parentheses, and we're going to find the minimum number between the 2 highs, F5, comma, and the max temperature over in column M. Again, that needs to be absolute. I'm pressing the F4 key, closing the parenthesis, and then I need to close the parenthesis again because I need the max, the highest low, and the lowest high added together. And now we want to divide by 2, and we want to subtract the base temperature. So minus the base temperatures over here in M7, and M7 also needs to be absolute. Now we're ready to push enter, and our growing degree day in this case is 9.5 days. Okay, we're going to go ahead and drag that down. That way you can compare when you do this on your sheet and make sure you're getting the right numbers. Okay, they look right according to my answer key. Now let's do the cumulative growing degree day. So we want a running total, so we want 9.5 to add to 11.5 and put the total here. So the slick way to do a running total is sum, and then you want to sum the GDD number in G5, and we're going to make a range, and we're going to add the same number back in there, so G5 to G5 in this case, but we're going to swing back over here to the first G5, and we want to make that absolute. So we're going to add together G5, and then every number down below that is what's going to happen here. So close that parenthesis. So that doesn't look anything special, but you can see up here your sum. Now as I copy that down, it's very special. So it's adding together the first number and then everything below it. So that's how we get a running total. So that's our cumulative growing degree day. And then for the harvest ready, The harvest ready is, we just want to put the word ready if we've met the harvest date and not ready if not. All right, so for harvest ready, we want an equal sign and an if. Okay, so now we want to look at if H5 is greater than or equal to B10, which is our GDD to harvest. B10 has to stay the same, so we'll put dollar signs around it. That's the end of our logical test, so then a comma. If it is greater than B10, in this case it's 1,930, then we want to say that our crop is ready. Always put quotes around your words that you want to print in an if statement. If the answer to H5 greater than B10 is false, we want it to say not ready. And then close that parenthesis. All right, so this isn't going to say ready for a long while. So make sure you scroll down yours and make sure you look past 1,930 so you can make sure that that changes to ready. All right, and I think that's all I needed to show you right here. Okay, this should help you get your work fixed up.